Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and I'm Morgan. So I'm here for Morgan's Lazy Sunday Afternoon Productivity Stream, where we snack, we talk about writing, and sometimes we even do some. Today I have with me the one, the only Doc Coleman. Say hi to the
Hello,
nice people.
folks. Hello, nice people. We also hydrate with various fluids.
Yes. I don't know where everybody is, but it is 95 in Virginia.
Oh yeah, it's a scorcher out there. I had a friend who her air conditioning wasn't working, and when her inside of her house got up to 88, she finally called up and called it an emergency call. They finally got out to her today and found out that the tech that had been out the month before had forgotten to turn power back onto the compressor. So she's been without air conditioning for a month,
For
and
no good reason.
for no good reason, and it finally got hot enough that she noticed it.
Ugh.
So she is currently praising Freon, the great god of air conditioning, as her house is cooling down again. uh, but I'm sheltering from the storm myself, as we're about to have a massive temperature drop,
Yeah.
as we've got huge rainstorms coming down. So if I bip out, it may be rain related.
But we are not we're not poor Colorado that had relative temperatures and then snow, like 7 inches of snow.
Oh yeah, that would be. From what I understand, it's not unheard of in Maryland, but it's not usual.
Colorado. You meant Colorado.
No, I meant Maryland.
Oh,
I've heard of snows in May in Maryland. Like I
yeah.
said, they don't happen very often. Probably haven't happened in your lifetime, but
It's been a
but
while.
yeah,
I definitely remember spring breaks that were colder
hmm
than Christmas breaks, but
yeah. Well, it's like I've seen snow in late April. Didn't stick, but it did snow.
well, I mean, where I grew up, we had a river on either side of us, and we were big enough for like maybe 2,000 people. So
hmm
every other county would be out for, snow on the road and everything else. And we were lucky if anything stuck to the grass.
Mm.
Because I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but water maintains its temperature longer. So if you're next to a water source, it'll keep it cold longer or it'll keep it warm longer. So if it's just a day or two of a cold snap, we're not going to get it. So,
But it makes you prone to flooding.
yes. We are, in fact, we are the water table.
Yeah, it's like, welcome to another game of Pick Your Disaster.
Yeah. We do get the occasional tornado. We might not be Tornado Alley, but they don't always stick around over there.
Yeah, I find myself fortunate. I've never lived in a tornado-prone zone. Don't really want to.
Not really high on my to-do list, especially
hmm
since, where we live, tornado prone zones mean, basically hanging out in the bathroom.
Or in the underground bunker.
Right. I'm saying in Virginia, the odds of
Yeah.
especially in Tidewater, Virginia, of us having an underground anything are pretty slim.
Oh yeah.
And B, the odds of the only place in the house with no windows being either a closet or a bathroom.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a problem where any basement you dig would be under the water table, and that's where you need to shelter in case of a tornado. Yeah, that would be bad in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, no, not so much. So yeah.
Oh, looks like we've got some folks on Twitch.
Hi. Hello and welcome. So let's see. We have Avenging Pineapple. Why am I having a lazy Sunday afternoon? Shouldn't I be working or productive? I might be. I mean,
This is a grand experiment in lazy productivity.
Avenging Pineapple believes that laziness is not a virtue and that is a big problem in America, and thinks too many people are being lazy and not productive. I think that sometimes we have to budget when our energy goes. And if you've ever seen my schedule, most people don't usually accuse me of being lazy very often.
Yeah, I think we
I
have
am
more.
apparently encouraging laziness by naming my live stream after laziness. Then this just might not be the stream for you. If you don't want to hang out and eat snacks and get a little productivity in here and there, this isn't for you.
I say, but the same token, you're encouraging productivity by naming your stream after productivity. You're
I know.
encouraging both.
I know. I'm covering both things. So, exactly. As you say, we all have to budget time. And for a lot of people, Sunday afternoon is when they get to relax. I know growing up, my mom, worked at a high school. And so all week was go, 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 running the after school programs, taking me to dance 12 and a half hours a week, et cetera, et cetera. Saturday morning was all the cleaning and then more dance and then Sunday church. And then after lunch on Sunday was the only time to sit down and read a book. So, thank you for not implying that I was lazy. I'm just saying that Sunday afternoons for many people is a time to sit down and relax a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, in this country, in America, a lot of people get called lazy just because it's not obvious that they're working or how much they're working. So, as for what I'm working on today, I'm going to be working on edits for Kindred of Kali once again, trying to get this book out by the end of summer. I'm also nervously watching my groceries being shopped and hoping there will be a break in the rain when they get delivered.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm done talking about whether or not Americans are lazy. I think that the whole work until you drop ethic is perhaps a little overdone in America, and that other people have a much healthier balance.
So what are you working on?
I am working on Balticon stuff, shocking absolutely no one. For those of you who are new to my stream, I am in the DC metro area, and 2 weeks into the pandemic, I got conned into helping run social media for the Baltimore's 4-day celebration of science fiction and fantasy that is held annually, Memorial Day weekend, and it's 4 days, and it's 56th year now. So, so I will be doing a lot of communication, getting stuff out, getting stuff scheduled, and maybe even doing my weekly roundup. I don't even know. So, that's what I'm going to be working on today. What are you going to be working on? Are you going to be having a snack? Are you going to be folding laundry? Whatever works for you. The festival I'm going to is Balticon, and it does require people to be vaxxed and masked. However, if you're not comfortable with either of those, or it's a little out of your budget, there is always the virtual option. We'll be streaming, I think, 5 rooms worth of stuff. And there will be 2 virtual rooms as well. And most of those items will be recorded and available for up to 30 days after they're posted. So yeah. So that's what I'm working on right now. And today is the last day to pre-reg. Not that this is a Balticon promos.
But we are both going to be at Balticon next weekend.
We will be coming to you live next week from Balticon itself. And I'm super looking forward to that. So, Avenging Pineapple decides he's just going to, he, she, they, I don't know your gender. I'm sorry. I don't want to make assumptions. Is going to warn about the dangers of laziness. Although in this weather where I am, hydrate and moderate yourself. The other day I threw out my neck because I'm skilled.
And you're also built that way.
So you want to know what I did? It's my fault.
What did you do to throw out your neck? Did it involve pillows?
No.
So you didn't sleep the wrong way. Okay.
So Catechus was on my lap, and I didn't want to kick him off because he was being so sweet and snuggly. So I put my laptop on the console next to the chair I was in, and I kept twisting this way to type. And now my back doesn't want to untwist.
Yeah.
So yeah. That was
something like that. My shoulder finally stopped hurting, but now I've got stiffness in my neck.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get you working before this weekend. So this week I have to be very careful to make sure that I wear shoes in my house, because otherwise my feet get cranky, and I don't want to set myself up for hurting feet before my weekend kicks off.
Yeah, it is definitely a different experience getting ready for a convention
after age 25.
Well, I don't know about that. I never went to conventions before age 25, but I'm a latecomer to conventions. But it's definitely different getting ready during a pandemic, because you have to take special care before you go to make sure you don't get sick. That will keep you from going.
Yeah, definitely. So I have some tests I will be taking before heading in on Thursday.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. So hopefully everybody will stay safe and stay healthy, and it will be amazing, and we'll see people in person. And I finished my dragon. I got the eyeball installed this weekend.
Oh, cool.
I went with brass, like a brass nail that got trimmed down to the right size, like a little finishing nail. I thought silver, but the dragon is too warm toned because of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted copper, but that was too close to the color of the wood. So it'll work. And you'll get to see in person this weekend. So
okay. So you're bringing it to Balticon?
I am entering it in the art show.
Well, that's right. I forgot you said that.
So not for sale.
Opportunity for you to say it again.
So are we ready for a productivity sprint?
I think we're ready for a productivity sprint.
Okay. Let's see here now. I will share my window. I will share my audio. And let's go ahead and get started. And 3, 2, 1. Wait, where's the start? There we go.
Helps if you start.
Reset. Okay. I swear I've done this before.
I have this vague recollection, yes.
I'm going to let my cat in.
Okay.
Are you coming in? Don't just stand there. I will close the door on you again. Cat, what is wrong with you? What's wrong, my love? Would you like some treats, my love? There we go. Can you make some treats? Treats for a kitty.
That was an unusual sound.
And we're back. Sorry about the loud noise. A person who friended me on Facebook and has only occasionally given me thumbs up and or highs with no context decided to hit the call button twice for no reason.
Oh, lovely.
None whatsoever.
I'm glad you said, and we're back, because I didn't hear the alarm go off for mysterious reasons.
And they have now asked me, what is my name? I said, I'm in the middle of a writing live stream. Is there something I can help with, or did you just want to say hi? What is your name? Talk to me. Hi.
It's like, it's kind of obvious what your name is. Hey.
I believe I'm going to unfriend them and block them because they are not my target audience and they have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. They're being
they're bored and reaching out to a random person on the internet. And like I'm open because, you know, I want to grow my audience. I like people. Perhaps they're, you know, they have Balticon questions that I can answer, but you know, I am apparently much tastier when it's hot out because salt.
Apparently.
So Catechus says hello to the stream and me. So hello. While we were sprinting, I see that Greg swung by. Hello, Greg. And Patrick swung by and saw me with my, oh God, why is the thing noising reaction? Can I flamethrow? I do actually have a flame. I mean, weed dragon. But if I take off the limiter, and Greg said hi to everybody. Do not go for my face, cat. We're having a stare off. So how was your sprint?
I think it went well. I mean, I made progress. I finished up one chapter and I've started into the next one, and I'm kind of I'm getting through some sections where it's like, okay, the language I used to try to emphasize something was problematic, and like, it made sense to me when I was writing it, but now that my beta readers have pointed it out to me, it's like,
oh,
yeah, I should probably change that. I was probably too much in character for the times, and to a modern audience, it just comes off as kind of pushy racist. And it's like, I want to point out racism in this book, but I don't want to sound like I'm being the racist.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, definitely things to walk back. Did you get it? Whoa. Here we go. And I cleared out my messages and started working on some Balticon stuff and found out I had the same tab open more than once.
Oops.
Yeah. So that was a thing that happened.
So I was looking at my Balticon schedule.
And
I noticed that...
Did it grow?
This show is on my schedule now, which is a good thing.
Which is on your schedule now? The stream?
This show.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's a half hour earlier.
Yes. So it will be starting a half hour early. Technically it ends at 6, but nobody else is using the stream after us. So I think we'll be okay to just keep going until our normal quake time. So as long as you don't mind sticking around for the extra.
We'll do our normal. We'll go until we're done.
Exactly. So we're going to be squatting next week in Balticon's Con Suite, coming to you live. Sako is going to make it because I'm dragging her in person to the con to be our photographer. So yeah, I think I have to bring a monitor because I think it makes the most sense to stream the StreamYard into the Zoom so that the people on the Zoom can see what the whole thing is.
Okay.
I had a whole talk with the IT people. So it's going to be complicated. And Zoom doesn't let you see your screen if you're sharing a window on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem. Zoom is a little annoying. But yeah, so we're going to start half an hour early next week, but we'll probably be fine going to our normal end time. So.
Okay. I just wanted the people on this week's stream to know.
Yes.
So we'll tune in early next week.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I should probably schedule that reminder because I'm sure I'm going to be doing 20 other things.
Yeah, next weekend's gonna be busy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went for a walk Friday and came back to my desk with me having chatted to myself about 30 items in a to-do list for things I wanted to get done by Monday,
Mm-hmm.
plus a few things I didn't want to forget to pack. Oh, wait, I'll be right back.
And she'll be right back.
Literally right back.
Okay.
So the boyfriend has a printer, unlike me. So I partook of it. So I'm going to show you all my signs, not just ours. So I have this guy.
Okay.
So I've got
First
a social.
timers and friends. I like that. That works.
Right, because I wanted it to be open to everyone, but I definitely wanted it to be like newbies come mingle without anything that sounded dismissive or, there's a lot of noobs and, that sort of thing.
Not looking down on people, but being inviting.
Exactly. And then I've got this guy.
Crafting and coloring chillaxathon.
So.
Okay.
And that looks like a very accurate situation. People like chilling, knitting, while the guy talks and the girl looks on, oh yeah, uh-huh.
I was talking to my wife about that a couple days ago. And the lazy Sunday afternoon productivity stream. Cool. And she reminded me of they did a crafters tea event at Balticon a number of years ago.
Nice, yes.
And they did not think anyone would show up for it. So they put us in a small room away from everything else. And people went nuts for the idea. There was a line from where we were. This was in the old convention site. It was from where we were back to the main lobby, people waiting to get in while we were still setting up.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
It was like a massive, it was a massive draw. People loved the idea of coming, having tea, working on various crafts and talking among themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
The next year, they tried to do it again and they put us in the con suite. And it was like the con suite had absolutely nothing to say. It's like, this is a special event. That's the rest of the con suite. So it was a disaster. And the con suite in that location was completely against theme.
Oh dear. But my thought is, for those who aren't familiar with literary science fiction fantasy conventions, especially on the West Coast, we have a tradition of a thing called the room party, in which, they're open invite, you put it up on the party board and people swing by and grab snacks and hang out. Usually doors open somewhere between 8 and 10. But if you don't know anybody, it can be really intimidating. And a lot of people into books and stuff are introverts. So I was just thinking, this is a low-key entry and it's like a hangout, mellow sort of thing that people could do, and hang out and craft. And so both of my chilling events are in, I sold the children's programming parlor up on the 7th floor because they don't need it after 10 p.m.
Okay. So it's the quiet party. The quiet party for quiet people.
It doesn't have to be quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever been to a crafter circle? They can get rowdy.
It doesn't get rambunctious, but there is plenty of conversation, yes.
And laughter and giggling.
And did you mean to say West Coast?
Did I say the left coast?
You said for people who are not on the West Coast. And it's like, didn't you mean to say East?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I think I might have been. I don't know what West Coast parties look like.
Neither do I.
So, but yeah. So I just thought something a little lower key and easy entry. The only thing I'm dealing with right now is whether or not to bring drinks for my events or encourage masks to stay on. So. Anyway, Patrick here said left coast parties don't stop. So yeah. So I guess everybody else is just hanging out. Nobody else is being productive today, which is fine. If you're having a good snack, tell me about it. I like snacks.
Or they're being too productive to talk to us.
Oh, I mean, if you want to lurk, lurkers are welcome. I don't make you talk just because you came.
But we appreciate the interaction.
Right. I mean, we don't live stream because we don't like talking. Do I speak for myself?
Oh no, I live stream for the social aspects as well as for getting things done.
Yeah.
It serves dual purposes.
Right. So, okay. Well, do we? Oh, yeah. I heard Greg spent too many of the last 24 hours in the ER with the wife. Hopefully, everybody is home and there is a plan of action to improve things. It's been a rough weekend for a lot of people, and I totally understand that. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and do another sprint. If I can figure out which tab I put the timer on.
So my groceries have been shopped. So if I don't come back at the end of this, it's because I'm pulling groceries.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, we have Blake. Blake just got home, and the weather outside is indeed frightful where they are. Are you in Colorado with the snow or the East Coast? That one, the East Coast with the 95 degrees. And Greg's wife is home with pain meds and muscle relaxants. Woo, that's dinging right next to the microphone.
Sorry, that's actually the same machine. So.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I've got a friend who's texting me, and they're coming up on my computer. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and do another creativity sprint, and I'll add that to the stream, and we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Start. I hit reset instead of start. Okay. It's almost like I've never done this before.
It makes it all fresh and new all over again.
cat. I need to. Right? It's my plate. No. Ow. No. No. There you go. We not on, Mama. Catechus. There you go. Catechus. Ow. How about not? Have we considered not chewing on me? Or my ankles? I know they look delicious. And I'm back. Catechus was attempting to gnaw on me, as is tradition, but no blood, so we're good. Doc, I see, is grabbing groceries. So everybody, tell me, how did your sprint go? Let me know how it went. Let me pop into the comments. So let's see. Blake is soundtracking Caravan Palace and Miracle. We have a Bethany. Hello and welcome. I don't remember you joining my stream before. I don't know if you're a first timer or any regular, but I love to have new people. So hello and welcome. Blake said hello to Catechus, who was actively gnawing on me because he's a cat. And I am, in fact, delicious, especially my ankles, apparently. Blake says, these snuggles were insufficient. You may resume loving on me now. Doc, as I said, popped out to grab groceries, and Blake had a good sprint. These murderous vines are working as intended. Very nice. Very nice. Who doesn't like a good murderous vine? We definitely use them to good effect to slow the attacks and D&D. But so yeah, for me, I worked on drafting a document for the convention next weekend and got gnawed on by my cat because, as aforementioned, I am delicious. So, yeah. My brain melts when somebody eats me, so I don't know where. Okay, he's not mad that I kicked him off, so that's good. Because sometimes he's laying in wait to be like, "How dare you wander off?" And it's not so good for me. So let's. Oh, hello. Not sure. Volume should be normal. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, that seems to be the correct direction. So, okay. Do I know anything else? I don't know anything else, but I'm glad the audio is better with it closer to my face. So that's good. I am really hoping that I hear back from my alpha reader before the end of the month, but her time is getting short, so I'm getting a little anxious. My alpha reader has my space fantasy with the sentient octopus people and the manta rays that fly through space, and she has 1 month off between semesters and then no breaks other than a week or two until she graduates with her library science in December. And she's only 3 chapters in, so I'm hoping she makes some time this week to get through it, maybe while her older kid is in school. Fingers crossed. Although they might not be having the babysitter as much because she's home. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm hoping to get some good feedback. For those who don't know, my alpha reader is my twin, so it's like me reading it, only without having actually written it. Not that twins are the same people, but we do have a lot of overlapping tastes when it comes to books and that sort of thing. And as a library science major right now, she is, I would believe, relatively qualified and an English major for her undergrad to read and review. So, oh, hey, Greg swung by from Twitch. Hello and welcome. Again, or doubly. So, I don't know anything else. What do you say we do another sprint? I hear nobody saying, no, talk to yourself more. I'm totally here to watch you talk to yourself. So I'm going to assume that means you're ready for another creativity sprint. Maybe even I'll get stuff done without getting chewed on. It could happen. So I'm going to reset that timer, and I'm going to remember how to hit start on 3, 2, 1, boom. No, we don't lay there. This is not a cat spot. I need you to move. Over here, baby. Is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours? Is this your treat? Okay. That's your treat. Yes. And we're back. Both of us this time. Welcome back, Doc.
That's right. I came back in the middle of the sprint, and
You missed somebody trying to eat me twice.
twice. That actually sounds like a pretty common occupational hazard.
Occupational or kitty mama problem.
Vocational hazard.
We can go with that.
But I got groceries in and I have snacks.
Nice. How did the substitutions work out, or were there none?
We had one reduction and I think one substitution. So he actually found pretty much everything I'd asked for.
Nice. That's pretty good odds for a shopping list.
Unusually good for a shopping run during the supply problems we've been having. And it's like the one substitution that we did was I'd asked for a smaller package that wasn't available, but the larger package was. So I went with that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I finished. Go ahead.
I have jelly beans. I've been hungering for jelly beans for months now, and no one's had them. Even during Easter, I couldn't find jelly beans. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I hate jelly beans personally, but
actually, I should correct myself. The only jelly beans that I could find were Jelly Bellies, and it's like, okay, those were cute at first, but unless I'm going into the store and getting just the flavors I want, no, I don't want your weird ass flavors.
So I finished drafting the document I was working on and started getting back to scheduling stuff.
Cool.
So yeah. All right. And somebody is looking at me.
Are they? Are they like right there looking up at you?
Yes. Yes, they are.
You should be paying more attention to me.
Hey, I want to encourage him on this side where he's not blocking my keyboard. So he can get some mama love while he's here.
Yep.
So, how are your kitties today?
Well, I don't know if I can show this or not.
I just got some kisses.
Gilly is kind of down here on the couch.
Oh yeah, no, sacked out.
Yep. Gilly don't care. She's near a person. She's got a nice soft place to curl up. As long as they don't bounce too much, getting up and sitting down, she's fine.
I get that. Yeah. So, popping into the comments, Blake says during that sprint that they got almost nothing accomplished except ordering pizza, which I think
probably an important accomplishment.
Yeah, no, I consider that pretty clutch.
Got to have fuel.
Let me see if I can put the microphone somewhere where you can see more cat and less microphone. And that's a good boy. There you go. Okay. He stopped looking up and cooing at me. So, yeah. Anything new and exciting on your end?
The horrible rainstorm seems to have stopped for a while.
Oh, nice. I actually didn't hear any of it on my end.
I'm impressed because some of the thunder rolls were pretty loud during the last break that I was here for.
Yeah, yeah.
But I not only got the groceries put away, I made some progress on my story, and I got up to my favorite line in the whole book.
Yay!
So, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking I should probably take this section for my reading for Balticon. So.
Yep. It sounds like you're near Blake. Blake is, I think, in Columbia and said that there was a major storm. I assume Columbia, Maryland, and not the country Columbia, but.
Well, Columbia is significantly east of where I am, but it does kind of mean that odds are fairly decent that they're going to get the same weather that we do, just a little bit later.
Right. So, Greg says, as usual, he's moving laundry around and that they got some up in Fairfax, but a huge amount of boom chakalaka, but not a huge. And yes, Blake is in Columbia, Maryland, not the country. I acknowledge people can come from anywhere, and I'm totally open to, people from Columbia, Maryland, and Columbia, the country.
Oh. That reminds me, I need to move laundry after this.
Right? So yeah. Hi. Catechus is holding my paw. Oh, and now he's eating me again.
Yep. I kind of figured holding your hand would kind of only be a prelude to eating your hand.
No, sometimes he just likes to reach out with his paw and like press it against me to make sure I'm not moving or going anywhere. And he'll nap like that. And it's the cutest thing. And I like pretend to myself it's like the Michelangelo God touching man. And I like to tell myself that I'm God in this picture and not man. And that Catechus is man and not God.
Yeah. Gilly does much the same thing as she will, especially if Bill is on the couch. Gilly will curl up right next to me and go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I realize that this is not because she's particularly fond of me or she wants to be near me for the warmth, but it's so that if I get up, she can wake up and get in front of me and complain that I'm not feeding her.
I mean, have you considered feeding her?
I've decided that it's probably a bad idea for me to feed the cat wet food constantly.
But then she could have wet food constantly. But
this one always wants wet food.
I mean, right? Yeah.
It's like if she just wants kibble, there's kibble. It's self-serve.
Yeah. So Greg is thinking of surrendering to a nap and told me I should just tell myself that I'm God and not man, and the Catechus is man and not God, I believe. Hi.
You tell Catechus he can surrender to a nap. I don't know.
I'm letting him chew on a chopstick right now. So one thing I've learned to do is to wiggle them without dropping them. Which can be a little tricky.
Especially when the paw starts lashing out with great force.
And he keeps doing gravity checks because he's a cat. So yeah, he's got a treat that I like to call his chew sticks because they're sticks of like things he can chew on. But I try to be careful to call them treats maybe when I'm on the stream because that can sound a little weird and wrong.
Okay.
So, hi.
Like there are plenty of perfectly innocent things that we say that sound weird and wrong.
Yeah.
And the occasional weird or wrong thing that we say that somehow sounds perfectly innocent.
Right? I mean,
that's because we're creative.
Right. Exactly. So, should we do another sprint?
Yeah, I've got time to make up. I'm going to distract you.
I know we're getting close to the end. Do we want a full-time one?
I can do that.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Actually went pretty good. I am like this close to finishing out the chapter. Um, so I made some good progress, and I'm getting back to the bad guys again. So,
Nice.
uh, how did your sprint go?
Well, I was told I need less information on the document I made, so I'm doing that now.
So it needs to be more vague.
No. I had it information for everyone rather than specifically the people doing a single task.
Ah, okay.
So
So it was more general, needs to be more specific.
yeah.
Hmm. Well, it looks like the chat hasn't been overly talkative while we've been sprinting. Uh,
Okay, there we go. I finished the trim. So let me go ahead and remove this and pop into the chat itself. Blake says that ravenous murder vines will now accept any form, any number of living prey as targets and try to feed on the closest living thing. Progress, hashtag, hashtag treevil, because they're
dun,
evil
dun,
trees.
dun. Mm-hmm.
Somebody was listening in on my brainstorming
Were you brainstorming about evil trees?
for my rural fantasy or my suburban fantasy. And then somebody accused me of stealing from my own published short story, and I thanked them for having read it.
They accused you from stealing from your own story.
Or they said that clearly I have a thing about evil trees.
I know a number of people who have a thing about evil trees, so
I mean, they're
not
pretty
surprised.
sus. Pretty sus.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you? What do you want to do? Do we stop? Do we run away? I've got work to do, but I can do it off stream just as easily. Because you seem like you might be in a flow. How many pages have you gotten done?
I don't really count pages.
Oh, okay.
You know, but like I said, I've almost completed a whole chapter here.
Nice.
And I'm just getting to a part where they've managed to track down one of the bad guys, and the next chapter is going to be a big battle. So
right, yeah,
I expect that actually to move fairly quickly. So
sure.
Honestly, to a certain extent, I'm still cooling down after bringing in all those groceries and putting them away.
I get that. Yep. So.
And it looks like Blake got his pizza finally.
Yay!
Yeah. So if a pizza is your snack and not your meal, it makes me wondering if you're ordering the right size pizza or how big your meals are. I get the feeling that you're just working away anyway, and I could say anything I wanted here, and it would go right by you.
You said something about Blake getting his pizza. I caught that part. I mean, priorities, you. And it was just formatting.
You just seemed a little distracted, is all.
All pizzas are, in fact, single serving if you are dedicated enough.
Yeah, it just becomes a question of whether it's a meal or a snack.
Right. Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes the issue is whether or not you have enough dip for the crusts and how dry they are.
Hmm.
The drier crusts, like Papa John's, definitely need something to dip into because they're doughy and not,
Right.
you know. But like Pizza Hut is greasy enough, you can probably eat it solo, but still dipping in marinara makes it better.
Hmm.
But I don't think it needs the butter garlic because it is already so greasy. Whereas butter garlic works well for Papa John's because it is just plain dough.
Hmm. I do kind of like the butter garlic, but yeah, you can very quickly get too much of the butter garlic.
Right, right. Which is why it goes with a less greasy pizza like the Papa
Hmm.
John's, or at least a less greasy crust. I'm not saying the pizza is not greasy.
That depends on your toppings.
True, true. I am actually a pineapple and chicken girl. Sometimes ham, but
As you say, I'm used to hearing people talk about Hawaiian pizzas with pineapple and ham, and it's like,
which I do like, but sometimes I feel like I'm being virtuous and I get the chicken instead.
I feel like the chicken probably would be better. But
Right.
then again, I'm the person that says the pineapple should not be on the pizza; it should be on the grill and should be eaten as dessert.
But the pineapple counteracts the grease, so the whole thing isn't so heavy. It lifts it up a little. Which you can also get that sort of effect if you go for these sliced tomatoes on top. Um,
Hmm.
but I do like I like the sweet salty combo normally. So anyway, Blake left us to go eat his pizza. Enjoy their pizza. I'm sorry, I don't know gender on Blake. So
Blake left us to go eat the pizza Blake ordered.
right there you go. So yeah. Do you want to do one more and get that chapter done, or do you want to go ahead and call it quits and then work on your chapter?
I can do one more.
Okay.
'Cause
Do you
that'll get me finish this chapter and in the next one. So,
I am here to get you through this before the end of the summer.
oh yeah, I mean, uh, um, I was to say part of my plan for dealing with the convention is that the week after convention, I'm in self-imposed quarantine, and I plan on doing a lot of revision then. Since I don't have to worry about getting up to go into work, I can just be here and do that.
That
Uh,
makes sense. Okay. Um,
all right.
so do you want the full length or did you want like 10 minutes? I don't know where you're at.
No, let's do the full length because if I'm going to get into the next chapter, I want to get into the next chapter.
Right? I get that. I get that. Okay.
That
So
sounded wrong somehow.
let's go ahead and do it in
All right.
3, 2, 1, boom. I did it right this time.
Yes, you did.
Only
And it
took 5
appeared
tries.
just before you started the timer. So,
Yes, you are. You know you're not supposed to do that. You gotta move it right here, baby. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Went pretty well. I finished the one chapter and started getting into the other one. I don't know. And I'm running into comment from one of my readers saying, "It's oh, this section is too long. You can compress it." And then I look at this section. It's like, no, I can't.
I get that. So I worked on tweaking the document and looking all over my house for a bag. The bag that was right here under a box.
It's the old bag in the box conundrum.
Right? So I've got my bag of holding. Think Geek. My mom has the purse version of it, and I use it when I cosplay my mom.
Okay.
But I had some folders that I wanted to put some printouts in so that they would be ready. So they're all in there now. And so I can check that item off. And other than that, I was working on tweaking that document from earlier, just making sure that people are prepared for any contingency. And the storm hit my house.
Ah, what fun.
So yeah, lots of stuff going on here. So you finished your chapter?
I finished my chapters. Yeah, that was actually fairly easy to do. And started digging into the next one.
Sure.
Where his lordship finds himself all alone while Miss Bang goes off to get reinforcements. So he's not real happy about that.
I mean,
yeah.
So yeah.
He's not a big danger junkie, so he doesn't like not having anyone there to support him or tell him what he should do.
And yet,
that's what he's doing.
That's where he keeps ending up.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the thing? Stories are not written about people who avoid.
Stories interesting stories are rarely written about people who are prepared for danger and can deal with it easily.
Yes, definitely. So, although if you are a good writer, you can make anything interesting.
This is true.
So, I mean, the small stressors are just as important as the big ones because, we all have certain levels in our lives, and quieter stories are totally fine.
Yep.
Even not all of us do pulpy action adventure.
Well, I got to finish the pulpy action adventure before I can get to the magical teenage angst. So,
just don't, model your angst on George Lucas.
Oh no, this is not going to be whiny farm boy angst.
No. Whiny farm boy was kind of 25 years later, Anakin was,
Oh.
Coming of age was even more of a parody of teenage angst. Luke was annoying. Anakin turned into a parody at one point.
Okay, it's like, let's be honest. Luke was a whiny farm boy, and Anakin was an even whinier prodigy. No.
I mean, you can see where Luke gets it. Oh, right. We don't have to be looking at the timer.
We don't have to look at the timer.
So, I mean, yeah. Anakin was Kid Wonder, and then they hit the plot points they needed to hit, but I think a softer touch could have been used. Sort of like. Probably. It's something many of us do in our own writing. We spell it out to make sure the audience won't miss it. And very often the audience picks up on nuance a lot better than that.
The audience picks up on all the nuance you didn't want them to pick up on.
Right. So yeah.
It's kind of like being a DM. They pick up on all the clues except for the ones you telegraphed.
Yeah.
Because that's just so obvious. Come on.
Right? I learned the hard way. Do not create a puzzle that requires them using a limited number of spells in a certain order. Because they will always come up with something you didn't think of.
Or they will always use them in the wrong order. Especially in an adventure where you've already set a ticking clock.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, okay. Should we call it quits for the night?
I think we probably should.
So, okay. Go ahead and tell people who you are and where they can find you.
All right, folks. So she's put up the banner so you can't see my name, but
I am. Okay, there we go.
There we go. I am Doc Coleman, steampunk author. You can find my stuff at the links conveniently placed down below on YouTube. But if you're watching on Twitch or you just can't be bothered to scroll down and look at the links, hey, you can search for Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will help you find my Amazon author page. That'll help you find my website. Both of those will get you to my books. You can see previews of my works up on or preview snippets on Amazon. Decide if this is really the book for you or the people you love. They make a great gift for the holidays. I don't care what holiday. Just buy the books.
Right. So. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am an actively queering fantasy author. I've got one short story out there with Dark Recesses Online Press. And I blog, vlog, and podcast, writing tips from the pros and writerly musings. This week on the blog and the vlog, I was talking about writing the alien. I attended a panel last month at RavenCon, and some panels are useful for what they say, and some are even more useful for the thoughts they inspire in your head. This was a great panel, for me at least. And over on the podcast, Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, this week I was talking about pitching agents and readers. There's different pitches for both, so you want to make sure you're aiming at the correct audience. As a reminder, Doc and I and our friend Sako will be coming to you live from the Con Suite at Balticon next weekend in Baltimore, Maryland, downtown at the Renaissance Harbor Hotel. Yep. And it should be tons of fun. Hello, Maya. You joined just in time for us to wave our goodbyes, unfortunately. Maybe next week. We will kick off at 4 p.m. The schedule has us on until 6, but I don't think they're going to kick us out. So
it'll go on until they pull the plug.
There's nothing scheduled because we're going to be on the Zoom for the Con Suite breakout room. So that's where people can find us, and the Con Suite can have multiple breakout rooms, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
As long as I don't Zoom bomb us again by publicly posting the Con Suite link on Twitch or Twitter.
Don't do that.
I did that last year, and when they kicked everybody out, they banned me, and I couldn't get back in for 20 minutes, and I was supposed to give a tour, and it was not great. But
if you're going to be there at Balticon, you can see us on other panels than this one.
Right? We do other things too. Craziness. What are you doing?
Let's see. I'm doing how to be a good panelist, how to be a good moderator. Let's see. You asked me this. I wasn't prepared to have my schedule up. Silly, foolish me for not having that information up on hand.
Right?
Yes.
I'm going to be with you on being a good panelist, and I think we're both together on Friday night at Dynamic Voice Acting.
Yep.
And I'm going to be given a guided tour on Saturday morning, and then obviously the Sunday stream. And Monday, I will be moderating with our guest of honor, Nancy Springer of Enola Holmes, How and When to Chapter.
Let's see. On Saturday, I'm going to be up early doing a panel on Doctor Who and the series Shakeup of Death.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dealing with all the changes that have been introduced for the upcoming season of Doctor Who. we'll be speculating and shooting down each other's theories. And then at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon, I will be in a panel on reluctant heroes, and that will actually be in the virtual panel rooms.
Nice.
Let's see. On Sunday morning, I'll be talking about finding your people, how to connect with the communities that support whatever it is that you do. For those of you who are going to be present in the con after the productivity stream, at 7, I will be out in the lobby signing books. So I guess we do have a limit. There's at least a limit on how long I can be on the stream next week, because I got to go and get people to buy my books so I can sign them.
So you can afford your hotel room.
Yeah, so I can afford my hotel room. And then Monday morning, I'm doing a reading at 10 a.m. So that's my con.
Nice. That's a lot.
Yeah, I've always been one for diving into the con with both feet.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've done some ridiculous things in the past. Like one year I had like 14 different panels, and I thought that was a lot until I actually ran into the guest of honor that year, and she told me she was doing 17. And it's like, okay, I'll stop complaining now. But
who was the guest of honor?
That was Jody Lynn Nye.
Wow, that's
yeah. I mean,
I don't think we usually make our guest of honor do quite that much. She must have volunteered for some of those.
Probably. I mean, she is an amazing lady in many ways. But I do know that since then, the con has adopted a policy of no more than 8 panels per weekend. So
yeah,
which spread out over a 4-day weekend is like 2 panels a day. So that's not bad.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll be back next week live from Balticon, obviously. And I hope you have a great week. Maybe even get some productivity done, and definitely eat some snacks. See y'all later.